Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Chosen Podcast. My name is Mark.
And my name is Daniel.
And welcome to episode 8. Now, please, guys, can you like, comment, and subscribe to the video and the channel? It would be very, very much appreciated from us. And thank you for those that have been watching our videos already. We highly appreciate it. Daniel, what we got today?
It's a weird one this week, Mark. We're going to be talking about parenting.
Okay.
Which is weird because one of us is a parent.
Yeah, and one of us is not.
Yeah. And one of us is happy. Anyway. So it's just a few things that I've read this week, and I just wanted to get your opinion and maybe other people's opinions and so on, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Because it seems like now that there's this new sort of way of parenting where everything's soft. Everything's very soft, you know? I feel like when I was a kid, you're in trouble, you know, like that was it, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like now potentially we're too soft. But I read one which just blew my mind, which I wanted to find your opinion on.
Yeah.
And it goes, you shouldn't teach your children to say please or thank you because they should understand they need to say it themselves. And I was very confused by that one because don't they learn by you teaching them to do
Yeah,
this?
well, yeah, exactly. So what do you think that sentence is trying to say? Because I can't.
I have no idea.
Because I mean, yeah, that are they sort of saying that kids have to have the basic principle of saying please and thank you as they come out of the womb?
Yeah, so it's a weird. This is what I'm saying to you about this new way of parenting. I think it's just I don't understand that now it's not your job to teach them that. Apparently, it's their job to know that already.
So it's their job to understand that principle before you, or rather than you teach the principle. Yeah. That just sounds lazy, doesn't it? To me, that's an scapegoat for not being able to teach your children the basic principles of being polite.
Because the thing for me, because I think back to when I was a child, and you know, Mark, and I've mentioned it loads of times, I was quite misbehaved as a child.
Yeah.
But the one thing that they would always say, it's like teachers and stuff to my mum would be, oh, he's so polite. I can't work it out. He's so polite. Please, thank you, everything, you know, very polite. That was one thing that was drilled into us as kids, especially in my household, was please and thank you. I don't care what else you do, you have to say please and thank you. You know? And now apparently we don't need to teach kids to do that.
See do you know what? I'll back that a little bit. Yeah, from what I've seen through like my friends having kids, or like, you know, or not even just my friends having kids, but like kids within the streets and stuff. More so, right? There is a huge lack of, I guess, being polite in that manner. Do you know what I mean? Like I see a lot of the times where, pardon me, that some kids have to be reminded all the time to say please, thank you, all this sort of stuff. And don't get me wrong, I think you have to go through that routine to make it regular anyway. And that sort of regime in terms of drilling it into your head, I get that. But it just seems like it's not a, I guess, done thing. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's easy. What does the kid want? I'll just give it. The kid runs off of it. Cool. But like you said, I remember back in my day, obviously, when being a kid, that again, the please and thank you was, I didn't move until, you know, Dad wouldn't let me move until I said thank you or please, or do you know what I mean? So I kind of didn't have a chance to not. Do you know what I mean? But I don't see that now. So that whole phrase baffles me, but actually kind of makes sense to me in terms of what I'm seeing. You see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like maybe that is just, I don't know. I mean, that sentence is just confuses me, but I do believe that there is a big lack of discipline within teaching your kid to be polite towards other people, or you know.
I think you have to teach kids to respect other people and manners.
Yeah,
you know, manners.
Exactly.
Please and thank you. That's standard, isn't it?
Do you think okay, question about just maybe off topic a little bit, but do you think that the element of saying please and thank you is kind of dying out? Maybe.
maybe amongst younger people.
Yeah.
As I said, it was drilled into us. So I did totally disagree with this phrase, and I absolutely drill it into my kids as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if they go to my mum's house or they go to, you know, my wife's parents' house, it's did you say thank you? Did you say please? Blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah, of
constantly,
course. Yeah.
because manners, I think, is everything and can get you far.
Yeah. I
You
completely
know,
agree. I completely agree. And I think it definitely shows you out from the rest of the kids. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
think
And
in
as I
some ways.
say, going back to school, the teachers were always they were always baffled because it was he's so polite.
Yeah.
You know, he's so respectful and blah blah blah. He misbehaves like anything, but
Yeah, yeah.
you
Well, it's
know,
just, but I did respect you when you duffed up the other kids and said thanks
yeah,
afterwards.
yeah, yeah.
I'm joking.
When you beat up that kid and said, "Please don't grass on me," you know,
Yeah, yeah. At least you said please, Dad.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know what
At least you bullied him with manners.
I
No,
mean?
I
No,
was
I'm
never a bully.
joking. No, you were never a
Um,
bully. Never a bully.
but yeah,
Yeah,
so
go
but
on.
that one baffled me completely. You
Yeah,
know,
I
and
mean, mate, I think, do you know what, that says a lot more about the person saying that than the actual sentence itself.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? How can
yeah,
you,
yeah,
as a whatever age you are, I don't know who said it or where it's come from, but say someone has to have said it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Who are you? Do you know what I mean? To say that a kid that doesn't have a clue what this world was all about, to say that they should already know something that they don't already know.
Th- th-
It's not saying, oh, my kid better speak Spanish or when it comes out. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah.
expecting
Just
it to
expected
already
it.
do something. Yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah.
stupid, man. It's stupid.
But there seems to be, and I kind of agree to a degree, but not fully. People having babies nowadays, like they don't want to listen to other people who have had kids. You know,
Okay,
I
yeah.
see a lot of things shared on Instagram and stuff where it's like, so one of the ones I've got written down here is, I never turned out bad. So I interpret that
As the saying.
as,
Yeah, go on.
yeah, I interpret that as, if I think of me as a kid, I rolling around in mud and eating mud, and I threw a big mallet on top of my head when I was a child and split my head open.
Oh my god.
Right, which is obviously not good. I'm not encouraging that, am I? You
No,
know,
no, of course not. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
but then so okay, let's say that I then said that. Well, I never turned out bad. It's now used against you that you say that, because I read the thing and it was like, that was the saying, and then it said something like, "Okay, Karen, so we're all just swallow talcum powder and all this sort of
Oh, I
stuff,"
see what you're saying.
and it was like, okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it's like the other part that was attached to it was, how do you know how you would have turned out? You know, their counter argument for you saying I turned out all right is, well, you
Yeah.
don't know, you might be messed up. And I don't agree with it.
Oh,
I think it's all just so like
I mean
aggressive, you
that
know?
is quite extreme, I think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Very,
Like,
very. I don't know. When I read it, I was just like, oh, it's just mental.
I was like, how do you know that you're not normal? That's just, how can you
Yeah.
say that to anyone?
And it's just like, how far are we going to go with it?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's probably a limit as to what I would say about that.
Mm.
Like, I don't know, uh, going into prison bedtimes as a kid and then fixing yourself later on. Oh, I'll turn it around. But yeah, as a kid, you probably don't want to go to jail all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Of
It's
course,
probably
yeah.
not going to be good for you. But in terms of like in your case, say, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing to say. I'm
No.
sorry. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you didn't turn out bad. Do you know what I mean? Kids will be kids at the end of the day. What we expect kids to be like. Do you know what I mean? I think if it goes against the what's the word? If it's morally wrong,
Mm.
then I think that sentence maybe probably should be thought about.
Yeah,
Maybe,
of course. Yeah.
but if it comes across as like, oh, I ran down the hill and broke my arm once, but still, you know, I didn't turn out bad. You know, or like,
Yeah. Yeah.
or I misbehaved at school and I didn't turn out. My life's all right. Or you know,
Mm.
I think that's your right to say that. Surely, do you know,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Because
I agree with the saying in a sense of, if you said, well, my mum gave me a bottle of whiskey before I was going to bed, like I turned out okay. Like I can understand, like, you know, you
yeah,
go along
yeah,
with okay.
yeah,
But there's just extremes to these things, isn't there? Where it's just like, and that goes back to what I was saying is, people now just don't seem to be willing to listen to the people who have done it before.
Mm.
You know, and it doesn't make any sense.
That is an interesting thing. That is a very interesting, because I think that I think a lot of days, especially people that are having kids now, yeah, it's so accessible to get information about having kids, or like you can read about it, Google it, YouTube. There's people doing this, that, and the other on it. There's classes, there's this, there's that. There's tons of it out there that I think personally people will rely on that more so than maybe, pardon me again, hearing it from their friends or other parents or that are around them, like now,
Yeah.
because it's not official. It's not through a class. It's not through this. It's not done by some baby guru that's only got one child, or like, do you know what I mean? If it's not done by that means, then it can't be real. It has to be. This must be the answer. Do you know what I mean?
So see, there was an element for me where I don't. It's hard to say. It sort of also sounds rude, but I don't sort of pay attention to what people tell me when it comes to the kids, in terms of like, how to explain it without sounding sort of silly,
What you said there, I understand it already. I get what you're saying. Yeah, but I was going to ask you this question. It's going along exactly what you're saying, so we're not going off topic. Like, do you think there is a structure on how to raise children? I mean, and I don't mean that as in like, obviously, if we're counting out the morally wrong things, of course, but like to bring up a child, is there a way to do it? Because every child is different, surely, no?
And every adult is different.
Well, exactly.
Every person's situation is different. Some people are rich, some people are poor. It's different. But the main thing is clothe them, feed them, take them to school, keep them alive.
Exactly.
So I think I think it's the same for everybody. Just as I said, people's situations are different, aren't they?
I think that, I mean, obviously this is just an opinion. Like, I mean, everyone that's listening on Spotify and YouTube, I do not have kids, so this is just opinion based. Do you know what I mean? I will not know until I have kids what this is all about, right? But obviously, Dan, you do, so maybe you can educate me on this one. But I always find that being at least open-minded on hearing advice from other people is the correct way to do it. That already have kids or had kids for 10, 11 years, and you're just about to have yours, or you've had yours and you're a year deep into having children. I think it's still, as a new parent, you should be open-minded to get educated by other people, and just, it depends how you don't have to take it on board, but you might hear that one gem and go, actually, let me try that. Just because you're being open-minded, you're not going, you don't know, this is my child, I got it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's I probably would say that's I don't know, a closed-minded way of doing it. But then again, back to my point, every child is different.
But we also live in a world now where everybody gets offended by everything. So you now trying to help somebody, they interpret it as you're being rude.
Yeah, like
even though it's like, like you're saying I'm doing something wrong with my kids.
And
it's like, no, just try to help you.
Yeah, exactly. It's just advice.
And I tell you, the best advice that someone gave me was, when you put a baby to sleep, make as much noise as you can. Do the hoovering, do the washing up, blah blah blah. Because what it teaches them is to not wake up at every little noise. And when people come around your house, you don't have to go, shh, baby, sleep in, And I
I never knew that.
But I pass that information on to people, and I do sometimes wonder if they just think, oh, shut up. Because that's the world we live in, unfortunately.
Have you seen that work with your child?
Yeah.
That has worked,
yeah.
See, that's amazing. I think that there is, that's a good point to take. It's not saying, oh, you're doing it wrong, you should do it like this. You go, I'll try that. Work for me.
But listen, as I said, the people that get offended will turn that into, oh yeah, but if there's a fire alarm, the kids aren't going to wake up. It'd be like they turn into something mental.
What 1-year-old is going to wake up to a bloody fire alarm, go in your mum and dad's room, go, Mum, Dad, oh, just to let you know, there's a fire in the kitchen. Should we go?
But it is though. That's unfortunately, as I said, the world we live in. And
man.
It's like when I was thinking about talking about this stuff, we were discussing it. Part of me does think, oh God, if we talk about this, it could go left and everybody could start laying into us.
I mean,
because everyone does get offended, and it's
Yeah.
hard world that they're in.
But you know what? I'll tell you one thing. The podcast I did previously, the topic of discussion, we done a segment on technology and children. All right. And we had quite some passionate views on it, right? Technology for children and stuff. We don't have kids. None of us do still, to this day. But we had an opinion. We know people that have children and all that sort of stuff. But it went left. It did go left. But at the same time, I think the most common theme was that they were saying, you don't have kids, you don't know what it's like. But we can, we're called to have opinions. Just we've seen it happen, and maybe we have a different way of viewing it. But I guess that's what the conversation is, Dan. Do you know what I mean? If people are gonna get heated about it, this is just one of the topic of discussions that get people a bit fired up. But
listen, I'm all for people having opinions and wanting to get passionate about things and all that sort of things. But just because you're passionate about it doesn't make you right.
Facts.
So it's like I'm all for you, fighting strongly for your cause. No problem. I haven't got a problem with that at all. But that doesn't make you right.
Completely agree. I completely agree. I think, like back to what we're saying, it is just opinions at the end of the day. And I think that if you're, because it's subjective, man. Some things work for other kids, some things don't. It's just what it's all about, isn't it? And every parent is trying to figure it out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the questions I've got for you, Dan, is linking just to what I just said. Do you think that young parents or parents that are just about to have kids, do you think that you're ever ready to have kids?
Hard for me to answer because I was young, I don't know is the answer to that. It's tough. Some people probably are. So others probably aren't. I mean, I honestly don't know actually.
Because there's that saying
I think what I was most shocked about was the crying in the night. That's what threw me more.
You didn't expect that to be.
I was not prepared for how annoying that is. To be blunt. And listen, fair play to my wife. She done most of the work. I'm not claiming anything. I'm just saying that is the one thing that was like, I really struggled to
get
deal with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen, some people are probably really well ready for it, and others are probably in for the shock of their life.
I mean, I think that I don't think you are. I don't think, and I think the reason why, obviously, I can't speak for anyone, but I think in my head anyway, I think you could be mentally ready to have kids in the way of like, okay, I'm ready to take that next step with my partner or whatever. But the challenge itself of raising a child is so hard. Like I respect parents, bro. I respect you as a parent. I respect people that have kids now. It's insane. It's a beautiful job, but a difficult one at that. So I think maybe in that, are people always ready or not ready? I think maybe not so in terms of the actual bringing up a child, because as I said, we're learning on the job, and you can read every book under the sun, mate. But if your kid doesn't react to one of those things, the book's useless. Do you know what I mean? So I think we're always just trying to.
I respect what you said, but I do also think there's an element of some people are just natural at it.
Okay.
There must be.
So naturally, like nurturing to their child.
Just and just obviously things don't faze them,
They sort of take it more on the chin.
I think so. I think so.
Oh yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think there's. Oh, sorry, got the video playing. I was getting questions up. No, I get that. I understand that. I think there probably are a lot more people out there that are probably ready to nurture more, so that will find it easier to do so than others. Facts about that one. So you as a parent then, Dan, I've got a couple of questions for you. Like what would you find, right, that's the scariest thing about having kids?
Having to provide for them.
Okay. Yeah.
Because man, there's a great saying, isn't there? You're only you're only 2 missed paychecks from being homeless, or 3 missed, something like that. Is along that line, Um, so yeah, you get fired and you don't get a job for 2 months. You could be home
Yeah.
with your
Yeah.
kids. You know,
Yeah.
the scariest part is providing for them,
Mm.
definitely. I love it when people say, "Oh, you need to be financially stable," and I do agree with that, 100%. I think that's fair. But for people that are low earners, are you ever going to be financially stable to fully raise
Mm.
a kid? So what you just never have a kid
Yeah.
because
Is that
of
yeah? Is that saying that you can't have kids
mm,
because you don't have the certain pay
yeah,
grade?
like maybe you're just not very bright, and unfortunately you're just
Mm.
I don't know what job. I'm not going to start
Yeah.
listing jobs because I don't want to disrespect
No,
anyone.
no, of
But
course, of course, of course.
but say just a low paid job. What does that mean? You don't deserve to have kids?
Yeah. That's
No.
what he says. Yeah.
So,
That's what he says, I suppose.
yeah, I'd say that the providing is the scariest part, mate.
I can imagine, yeah, I can imagine the like you said, the uncertainty, like if
Mm,
especially for people that are self-employed, like
yeah,
wow, that especially for that their business or whatever they do, like say for example, a personal trainer,
yeah,
for argument's sake, if 2 months down the line that your clients are dropping and you can't seem to be getting any more and there's
mm,
not much income coming your way, like that, yeah, that's scary. Like,
yeah.
because like you said, it could be easily slipped out your hands
Because
quite
don't forget
easily.
as well, like not everybody has family. Not everyone has
Yeah,
family
yeah,
around them. Some people don't have no
yeah.
family. So what do they do when they get in trouble?
Time gets hard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Me
No,
me
very
and
true.
my wife have family, and we'd be okay if I lost my job.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
There'd be people to look after us, but some people don't have that.
No, of course.
You know?
It's not
But
easily
it's
accessible.
always a worry of mine because I don't like
Yeah.
relying on other people. I like to
Do you
rely on
know
myself.
do you know what? As well as that, do you know what for me is like when I've thought about having kids or like,
Mm,
because I definitely want kids, but the one thing that scares me is the amount that my child would have access to online.
mm,
That scares me. Like Instagram,
yeah,
TikTok, and obviously you'd have to be disciplined on these things and implement uh, uh, yeah, I guess a discipline on whether or not they can have these things and all
yeah,
that sort of stuff and how much they see. But God, I mean, bro, like the things that people learn at school, man, I mean,
yeah.
we know, do you know what I mean?
I
Is crazy. So like, I think that scares me the most about having children is
yeah,
what they could eat, like be what's the word, exposed to,
mm.
and not being in control of it, because you can't be with them all the time, especially when they
Yeah.
enter school and that. So
I think there's a fine line, isn't there? Sort of going, obviously, I don't know what age would it be? 10. I mean, age 10,
mm,
kids start getting mobile phones. There's a
yeah,
very fine line between, I think, like holding your child back, isn't it? Because if all their friends have got a phone and you don't give them a phone, but you're trying to protect them,
yeah.
there's a fine line between protecting them and them being left out.
Well, that's
You
it.
know,
Because then
but
that causes more problems, then it
mm,
bullying and whatever,
exactly.
and feeling excluded from groups of kids and like
Yeah.
how do you nowadays, mate? How do you balance it all, bro?
I mean, we're not at phone stages yet, but
No, 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 of
we're not going to be
course.
far off.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know, to be
it's
honest.
scary. I find I
I
just
done I done with my daughter. It's sort of on the same sort of thing. Um, used to tease her a lot about not having boyfriends. And I'd
mm,
always say, if you bring a boyfriend around here, I'm going to beat him up, and sort of tease her and all these sort of things. Playful.
yeah, yeah,
Not
yeah,
serious. But
yeah,
I kind of forgot that she is an 8-year-old girl. She
yeah,
doesn't have the same sense of humor. She's not an adult. She doesn't
yeah.
understand you're joking. You know. So like my wife would say, "Oh, you played with such and such today," and she'd go, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Don't tell Daddy." And I got to a point where I was
Okay.
like, "Oh man, you've almost like bullied her into thinking now she can't
Oh, I say,
talk to
yeah,
boys," And it was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
and I had to sit back and think, "Damn, like my joke has gone too far."
yeah, yeah,
Um, Again, there's that fine line between like say when they get to a certain age, letting them having a boyfriend and not letting them having a boyfriend because they're going to sneak off and do it anyway.
mm,
So
mm.
surely you're better off them being upfront with you and you knowing what's going on.
Having that open
You know,
communication and all that sort of
listen,
stuff.
I'm a few years off of that, but that is going
Yeah,
to
yeah, I get, yeah,
happen at
yeah,
some point.
yeah, of
And it,
course.
And it was just that when she started saying, "Oh, don't tell daddy," and she was panicking, and it was like, "Oh man, you've gone too far."
Mm.
You know?
Did you have that communication with her, or
Yeah. Because I had to say I'm only joking. Of course you can have boyfriends,
yeah,
like boyfriends.
in time?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And she's gonna have boyfriends, and maybe she'd have girlfriends. You don't know, but
Yeah, so no, yeah, exactly.
I had to reel myself back in where that was like, no, you've just
Mm,
teased her a bit too much now. Now
mhm,
she's taking it serious.
mm.
Um,
But I rate you that you saw that and acted
mm.
upon that and gone. Do you know what I mean?
It was
Like,
it was a lesson for myself because it was like, okay,
but bro, this is exactly what I'm saying.
mm,
How do you know you until you see it? Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's all about learning curves, and I think it would be what's it called? It'd be naive to think that everyone knows everything. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
yeah.
You don't, man. We're just learning on the well.
Everyone's
We
learning,
are. I haven't got a kid, but yeah, you see what I'm saying. I can just
Yeah.
imagine you're learning tons of it on the job, man. You really are.
And then generally, listen, I've said it. My sister's had a baby at the beginning of this year, and she gets frustrated with people telling her how to raise him and what to do. And I do say to her, people are just trying to help. It can be annoying, don't get me wrong, and I've said that to her as well. It
Mm,
can be annoying when people just keep telling you instead of like, I don't know,
yeah.
maybe it's the way people are saying it to you.
I guess if the intention is coming across
Mm,
like, no, do it like, all right, bruv,
yeah,
chill out,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know.
I think there's a difference between telling you what to do and giving you advice.
Yes,
Because
I'd go with that.
if I give you an advice and you don't do it, that's up to you. He's your child. Nothing
You
to do
take
with
it.
me. I don't. I
Yeah,
don't. Oh, I do care because he's my nephew. But let's just say it's
yeah, no,
someone
of course,
else.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
someone else. I don't care. Do what you want.
Mm,
That's the way I always treated it. Okay, yeah, cool, and do it my own way.
mm,
And
hmm.
listen, sometimes people are right. You should probably listen to them, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I think everyone's got to learn at their own pace and all that sort of stuff.
yeah. Well, like I said, I think learning your own pace, like you said, but do be open minded to take on some advice because you never
Mm,
know. You might find a gem in there that actually
yeah.
proper works. You know what I mean? So no, I completely agree with you, man. Um, in terms of like, so we've obviously touched base on a few things in terms of like technology for
Mm.
kids and the access and all that sort of stuff, and what the kids are going to get up to when you're not around. Like, what would you say is the scariest thing about bringing up kids into like in today's world? Would you say it's the accessing for technology, or would you say it's something else?
I mean, probably. I mean, my kids are young, 8, 5, and 4. So they're young. But
Mm,
the thing you do worry about is once they get to the age where you start letting them out,
mm.
are they going to get stabbed? Are they going to be,
Yeah.
killed? Because unfortunately that happens just everywhere and all the time.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, that's my biggest fear.
Mm.
I don't know, with technology and stuff, you can sort of limit it, can't you? Because
You
if
can
they're
have more of
sit,
a hold on that, right?
yeah, I think if they're sitting next to you and you see them watching something they shouldn't be watching, you can take it off them.
Mm,
You know, so I'm not as worried about that.
mm.
And I think that's a really tough one to stop because you could take away all the gadgets you want from them and they go to school and someone's got a phone. Oh, look at this. It's the same thing. So
Yeah.
I feel like with that one, you've kind of just got to accept it's going to happen and be ready for helping them should they need it.
Yeah. Being
Uh,
open and having that conversation. Yeah.
my biggest fear would, yeah,
Safety.
having to bury your child.
Oh yeah, that's any
Who
parent's
who
worst
who wants
nightmare.
to do that? But
Yeah, man, should never happen. Should never
so
happen, man.
yeah, like that's today's society is kids don't fight anymore. They stab each other.
That's it.
You
There's
know.
no scuff. It's be yeah, especially if you're mixing in with the wrong crowd and
Yeah.
the wrong people at school or outside of school. Like, yeah, the
But you
world's
think
gone
about it,
crazy.
Michael. I mean, we're nearly 30. I'm 30 in October. We're
Mm,
coming up to 30s. Even when we were kids, I don't know anyone that was stabbed.
no.
Oh, actually, I do. I know one person, but they played knockdown ginger on his door.
What?
Yeah, okay. I'll quickly tell you. I'll just say Jack M from
Oh yeah.
school.
Oh,
From
was that not?
school.
Oh, I do know this story.
Yeah.
Do
So
know this
you know
story.
it, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But that was college. Wasn't it? Was that college?
yeah. He would have been in college. He
Yeah,
would have
yeah,
been
yeah, yeah.
18 or something.
That's right. Yeah,
But that's what
but
I'm saying.
still
So,
quite young.
so, so, so one person we know that was
Mm.
stabbed
Hmm.
when we were kids, and now
Mm.
it's like everyone seems to know somebody that's
Know
been.
someone that's done. Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to me that's the biggest worry.
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I, I want my kids to get through school, get a good education, get a good job, blah blah blah, as every parent does. I mean,
Of
it's pretty
course,
basic, right?
of
But
course.
there's also a side that you need to make sure they can protect themselves as well.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
again, there is a fine line between teaching a child to protect themselves and then them becoming a bully because they
yeah,
can protect themselves.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. That's
Maybe
that.
maybe listen, maybe that comes down to parenting.
Yeah, I
You
reckon
know,
so. I reckon
how
so.
you raise them, I suppose, isn't it?
But I think it comes down to the being polite thing as well.
Mm.
That plays a lot. Like as you
Yeah,
know,
manners and respect, I think, is
100. Yeah, and knowing
big.
how to respect other people around you, which
Mm.
is yeah. Speaking about schools, though, bro, and like nurseries or like all that sort of stuff. Um, how I mean, in your experience, and you said your kids aren't too old, but how hard is it to find like the right establishment for kids to be taught in, like that you want the right place for your child? Like how difficult would you say that is, and how do you go about that? Because surely you want the absolute best for your child, but if you're going against schools and schools and you're still finding problems with, do you know what I mean? Because you want the best. Like
Mm.
how do you sort of succumb that?
I mean, I think to get the best, you're going to have to pay. I think let's put that out there. To get the best
Mm-hmm.
schools, you have to go to a private school. I
Mm-hmm.
think so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, it doesn't come down to really what you want, does it? It comes down to how close you live to the school.
So would you say it's
So
more
I'm
of
not
a
I'm not sure if you're aware of that. You can only apply for schools in a certain radius of your house.
oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and
I
I
didn't know that.
think generally you get the closest one
Oh,
because
right.
it
Okay.
comes down to areas, isn't it, you know?
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, okay.
Mm.
I see what you're saying then.
So
Yeah.
the only way to go around it is move exceptionally close to the school that you really want them to
So
go to.
if you wanted to make that much
Yeah.
of a, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's not always as simple for people who don't own their own house
No,
and so on and so
yeah,
forth.
of course, of course.
Um,
Yeah, go
but
on.
listen, we've been quite lucky in the school that our kids go to. Is a pretty good school, very highly rated on the what's that thing they called it?
Oh, it's not Ofsted, is it? Was it?
Ofsted,
Oh,
yes.
is it Ofsted? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
very high on Ofsted. It gets,
Oh, that's good.
I think it got the highest mark last year whenever they done it.
Oh,
Um,
decent.
so we've been quite lucky. We're a decent school, you know.
Mm.
When it comes to secondary school, that's a totally different thing. Because the school
Different ball game, isn't it?
that they would have to go to, I think, because it's the closest to us, unless we should move, um, didn't have a good reputation when we went to school.
Right. Okay. Well, then I guess that would sort of be something that you'd have to decide
Mm.
later on in life, I
But that's
suppose,
the
right?
thing. I don't know now because I mean, again, when did we go to school? 15 longer years ago, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. You got a while.
maybe it's changed now. I don't know.
Yeah, well, yeah, so many years since.
But yeah, so really, you don't really have much of a choice. You
So
can,
it's,
I think you can argue it, but I mean, you have to have a pretty good reason, you know.
yeah. You'd have to have, yeah. Okay, no, I understand. I didn't know it was a radius thing though.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't know
can't,
that.
but you can't just say I want my son to go to school in Chelsea and you live.
Southampton, yeah. Off you go,
Yeah,
lad.
yeah. So,
5 past 5 train.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just 3 hours to get to school.
Yeah.
No, it's literally, yeah, it comes down to radius. I don't know what the radius is, but it's not big. It's
No,
not like 10 miles. I think
no.
it's
It's
a couple of
relatively
miles, a
small.
mile,
Yeah.
2 miles or something.
I guess they try and keep the local schools having the local kids,
Yeah.
and yeah. Okay, so it's more manageable like that. Another question, sort of steering off the school subject. When you first found out that you and your missus were pregnant, how did it feel?
Well, we were trying, so
So
yeah.
it was a great
So
it was
so it's like, yeah, we got what we asked for.
yeah.
Um,
Was it both like a mixture of excitement and nervousness, or
I think, yeah, it was obviously it was like, oh, brilliant, everything's worked, blah blah blah. But then you do get okay, now we are actually having a baby.
so it drops, the penny
Yeah,
drops?
yeah, there is a slight part of you that's like, oh well,
Shit, it's happening.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, but yeah, I mean, yeah, as I
still
said,
a
we were
beautiful moment.
trying, so it was like, cool, you know, it didn't.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
you asked for, isn't it? So,
It's there, isn't it? Yeah,
isn't.
yeah. Oh, fair play, man. I think I
But
always think
that one's hard to answer because it's not like anything was unplanned.
No, of
So I
course,
kind of
yeah.
think if it was unplanned, the answer would maybe be totally different,
It'd be a little bit different. But
Yeah.
then I guess, like, like you said, that for some people, maybe that penny drop might be like a realization, like, oh, I can't do this, like, oh shit,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that sort of thing, or like, so it's yeah, it's good to hear that obviously it was
Mine was never that strong. Mine was more
no.
just like, oh, okay, I'm actually gonna have a baby.
Well, I
So it's
remember
more that sort
when
of thing.
you told me, and I think I remember you being quite collected throughout
Mm.
before the whole process, before your little one was born. So um I do remember you being uh yeah, quite not, I wouldn't say chilled, but what I'm trying to say. You were
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of riding the wave, and took it on board, and then just got on with it.
Well,
I
I
remember
was
the
quite
day.
lucky in the sense that my wife's really good with the kids. Lisa, she listens to these, so I don't want to big her up too much. You know what I mean? Um,
Go on, Jem.
no, she does the majority of things with the kids. To be honest, she done the majority when they were children. So I was quite lucky in that sense.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so I have to give a lot of credit to Gemma. Really,
Yeah, fair play. She's going to use that against you now.
I was going to say, Gemma, can I sleep back in the bed, please? Can I
Yeah.
get off the sofa?
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think like I like to say that when the moment comes, um whenever that may be, I will be as ready as possible.
Mm.
But I do feel like there's going to be a bit of me that's like, oh my god, like, am I ready in myself to do that? Do you know what I mean? Or
Well, I think there's a thing of you can't give the baby to anyone. Like, if you have, I don't know, a friend come over with a child and you hold it and it cries, you give it to the parent, there we go, see you later, cool. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, you have to look after that child. I
that's
mean,
your
listen,
responsibility.
you might have parents and stuff who are happy to do it, but ultimately it's your child.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
there is an element of, oh crap, I do actually have to do something here. You know?
Mm.
Whereas
Just live.
again, other people's kids, I do it with my sister's newborn because don't get to see him that often. So when I do see him, like sometimes he might just cry at the sight of you holding him.
Mm,
So
mm.
instantly it's like, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
But when
Yeah.
it's your own child, you can't do that.
No, of course not. Yeah, of course,
Right?
man. So put you on a spot a little bit. Um, if you were to give some advice to people having kids, or that are wanting to have kids, or are in the or like having kids now, they're like 2 or 3. What would you say the advice would be from your side? Doesn't have to be massive, doesn't have to be huge.
Just do things your own way.
Mm.
Take people's advice on board. Listen to people because people aren't doing it because they want to control your life. Well, majority of people. There are probably some people who do. Take on advice, but do your own thing.
Yeah,
Trust yourself, um, and ask for help if you need it.
great advice, man.
That would be
Yeah,
simple, I think.
great advice. Yeah,
So
mad.
that was my thing. Just used to say to Gemma, help, help,
Yeah,
Gemma, help.
yeah, yeah,
I think I said help to Gemma for the first 5 years of their life.
yeah. Just nothing else. Help,
Yeah, Gemma,
help.
help.
Yeah. Nah, fair play. I respect it, man. That's good advice.
But that would be it. So
Yeah, man.
I've got one. So okay, we went to a family birthday party at the weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and at the family house they have they're going to kill me if they ever listen to this. I think 11 and 8-year-old. I want to say the boy's 11. He's in year 7. They're going to kill me.
It's all right, mate.
Um,
Throughout the edit process, find it out and
yeah,
just dub it over, bro.
I'll change it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see me say 11 and it will go 12.
Yeah.
I think it's 11 and 8. They're 11
Yeah.
and 8.
Mm.
But they have Nerf guns, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
we had loads of little kids at the party, and they're all shooting these guns, not at each other. They're all like shooting the floor and shooting in the air and all that sort of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so my kids were having fun with them. I went online, bought a couple of Nerf guns, right? Single
Yeah.
fire Nerf guns, 3 of them, one each. I also bought them a safety kit, so they get goggles, they get
Oh, see.
this
Okay.
vest
Yeah. Yeah.
and a mask and all these sort of things. And I've spoken to a few people. So if anyone's listening, I spoke to you about this. Not aimed at anybody. I spoke to loads of people. I had
Yeah.
lots of different opinions. And again, that's what I said to you. Take people's opinions on board, but do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, do you agree with age limits? Because the age limit on a Nerf gun is 8. Now I only have one 8-year-old. The other two are 5 and 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my question to you: is do
So
you agree with
yeah.
age limits?
Okay. So I agree with age limits for sure. I think they're put in place for the sole purpose of protecting a child.
Yeah.
But going by what you've just said about the body thing, the mask, the goggles, and obviously your parental guidance as well, then I feel like that in those certain circumstances, it may be flexible.
Yeah.
Because you as a parent have gone, okay, my youngest or whatever, who is not 8 years old plus, I'll buy you the Nerf gun, but I will protect you as well. I'll buy you this, that, the other, blah, 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 blah. So you're all suited. You won't get hurt and all this sort of stuff. And you're there to look after them as well. So I don't see that being too much of a problem. Now, I think that if we're going to talk about them being on their own and using it, then 8 plus, fine, cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And maybe without the goggles or whatever, 8 plus, yeah, wicked. So I guess it kind of depends on maybe the circumstances in which you're in terms of, are they going to be playing on their own? Because obviously these things, if do go wrong, man, do you know what I mean? If they bullets to the eye or something, or down the throat, or like, or they, I don't know, try and dodge it and hit their head on the counter or something stupid like that. You know what I mean? These things do happen. So I guess, this is why the age limits are put in place.
So I think what it was with me is I gave them certain rules. So
yeah,
at the family's house, they had like, not machine ones, but not machine guns,
like rapid fire ones.
But they'll hold it and it'll go bosh, and then 2 seconds later another one will come out. And
Yeah,
another one will come out.
Yeah.
And I said to the kids, I will get you single fire, put it in, pull it back, shoot. You're not going to get anything more advanced than that. That's what you're going to get, right? If you shoot each other, they're getting taken away. If I see you aim them at each other, shoot each other, they're getting taken away. It's as simple as that. There's no messing around. If you do it, it's gone.
Yeah.
So I'm putting trust in them to be sensible, right? I'm also not going to let them run around the house on their own with a gun.
Right, of course.
Supervised. We went in the front garden earlier on. I got a load of empty bottles, put them on a table, let them shoot them.
Yeah.
Each in a line, the 3 of them. You shoot, you shoot, you shoot. Right?
Yeah.
So they can enjoy them, but they're not being stupid as well.
Yeah. Mate, I completely agree with that.
I said to them, listen, if I can trust you with these and you can show you can be trusted, I'll buy you better guns. I'll buy you,
mate.
That's the way I think you can do it.
But that there, why I respect that so much, bro, is that is discipline.
Yeah.
Show me that you can be trusted, and I will think about something else. Cool. All right then. But I like that. I see that there. I think the age limit thing, you're in control of that whole situation. No one's getting hurt because the guns aren't being pointed at each other.
Yeah.
You've made it a safe game, and you have rules in place and protection, blah, blah, blah. So I think in that case, if your parental guidance goes smoothly, then there's nothing wrong with that. Completely.
I think obviously age limits are good on certain things, obviously.
I'd say that films and games.
Games, I think you've got to be very careful of things like that.
I don't care what anyone says. I feel like games and films do influence.
Well, I think me and you had that thing before, didn't we? Because I don't necessarily think games.
Yeah, we've had this.
We had that before, so we don't
need
to revisit that. But I still think you still have to watch it.
Yeah.
My son kept watching Among Us on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
And for the longest time, I didn't put it together what he was watching. Because there was no swearing, nothing, and I was like, okay, so he's obviously watching a YouTuber who just plays Among Us, right? And it was only then that I actually watched Among Us. I was like, why is he playing? Like, why is he watching these kids play this thing? And he actually had. It wasn't Among Us. It was like Roblox, but it was like a Roblox.
Oh yeah.
Times Among Us game.
Right.
So it was like Among Us, but it was done by
On
Roblox.
Roblox. Yeah. Okay.
And then it turned out like they were messaging other people in this chat room thing. I mean, he's only 5, so he wasn't tight. But they're messaging him, like, I don't think he was really typing back. I don't think
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Probably didn't see
advanced yet,
anything. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like that goes back to your technology thing.
Mm.
Who are they talking to?
Exactly, bro.
And also, why are they watching these people having their heads twisted off? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay,
That's what I'm saying. It's that thing there is so accessible.
yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's just there for people to or kids to watch. It's mad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because you can stumble as well across these videos. Obviously, YouTube is a realm of things. Obviously, you've got the kids' YouTube, which is cool.
Which is what they've got, but there's still stuff on there that probably shouldn't be on there.
How does the whole of YouTube deal with all that?
Yeah.
How do they some slip through the net? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I see what you're saying, man.
So age limit is important in some situations,
some respects, but like in your case, if we're talking about your case and Nerf guns, I don't see it, and I probably would be the same if I had kids.
Yeah.
Set that discipline, set the rules. You can still have fun, but this is what it is.
I've had a few people disagree with it and say it's not right. You should wait till the age and blah blah blah. But
okay, yeah.
Again, it goes back to what I just said. If you can keep in control of it, I don't see why there's a problem with it.
I mean, and to the guys that are watching, listening, if you do disagree or agree, please comment in the section below and let us know. I'd be really interested to. Obviously, I don't have kids, so I'd be interested to see what you guys have to say for sure. But I think I agree with you on that circumstance. But I do believe that age limits are a necessity for.
Again, I want to point out that I think it comes down to the individual. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you should be judged if you want to give your 2-year-old son a Nerf gun. Actually, I think that's a bit stupid. But my kid's age 5, giving him a Nerf gun and controlling him, I don't think you should be judged. I also think you shouldn't be judged if you decide against doing it. Yeah. It's your decision. They are your children. If they hurt themselves, it is also your fault.
Yeah, 100%. It's on you. Yeah. And then you take certain actions from that afterwards. If you continue, then I suppose it'd be a silly thing to do. But I
think personally, in my situation, we have it in a position where they know their boundaries. If they push it, they will lose the guns. They will be gone.
Yeah, you've set that discipline, which
and
is
that's it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be. And I'm sure my wife will vouch for this. It's not going to be I'm taking off you for 10 minutes. You can have it back. It will be. It is gone. I will throw it in the bin. I don't care. I paid for it, so I will put it in the bin. No, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, I respect it.
You will either respect it or it goes in the bin.
Yeah, and I think that in itself would.
And that may seem harsh. Some people might go, "That's harsh,"
But bro, I tell you what now. Sorry to cut you up. I tell you what now. That is just that's what discipline is. This is what another thing as well that I find that I see within people bringing up the kids or teaching the kids that discipline is a harsh thing now. I believe it's a necessity, bro. Yeah. I don't think it's harsh at all. I think it seems harsh for a child because they don't know what's going on. But how have we made it through life without discipline, bro?
Yeah.
If I slip up now in life and do something that I shouldn't be doing, I'm going to jail. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's my repercussion to what if I slipped up. So as a kid, what's the kid alternative? The discipline is you take the guns away. That's it, gone. Yeah. You don't get that nice thing anymore.
But this is the thing, isn't it? It's like you're not allowed to shout at your kids. You can't grab your kids and hit your kids. And I'm not necessarily saying I agree with hitting your kids because
no,
I probably don't. But I was hit as a kid. Again, it comes down to that thing that we said earlier. I never turned out too bad. I don't believe I turned out too bad. Some people probably think I did, but I don't think I turned out too bad. So I don't know.
I think you're right, Dan.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. I'll give you that tenner later.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks. Paper.
You should be absolutely allowed to shout at your kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Why shouldn't you? They need to learn that they're in the wrong. What are you going to do? Just keep talking nicely.
Yeah, I don't think
a policeman's not going to talk nicely to you when you've just stabbed somebody.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh, come on, let's go. It's all right. Don't worry. Come with me.
You've been a naughty boy.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think there has to be discipline.
I think if it's shouting in a way that is, again, disciplinary, not just like because you're fucking angry, right? Not that if it's done in a way to be stern, fine, yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah.
But to abuse your child, no, don't. Yeah, that's obviously the line.
But also, teachers need to be given back more power. Because teachers just seem to have no power and just get run ragged by students.
Mate.
And I know this from experience because I done it, and it was always, what are they going to do? They can't do anything. He's not going to hit me, is he? He's not allowed to.
No.
But when you go back to our parents' age, they would hit, weren't they?
Rulers, all short.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not saying I agree with them being kids being hit. I'm not saying.
No, but a certain level of discipline, right?
Discipline. There has to be some sort of discipline, because again, I just repeat it. The kids know there's going to be no repercussion.
Mate, I fully back it. I fully back it, man. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Honestly, I think if I was to conclude this, I think your advice is brilliant. I think what you said your advice was top notch. And I do feel like also that, that there needs to be more discipline. And I will, when I have kids, there will be an element of discipline for sure. I don't want to have my kids growing up not being polite or they're incapable of respecting certain things, or not only respecting certain things, but respecting parents, us as parents, or like, do you know what I mean? Because you shout at mum, you're in trouble, boy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You don't want to be shouting at mum who holds you for 9 months and give birth to you. Don't be doing that.
Well, I'll give you a very, very quick example because I don't want to, we need to move on. I was working a job and it was probably about a year and a half ago. And I was working on this site and there was a kid, he must have been 16, I think, last year at school, I'd say. And there was screaming from the house. And I remember thinking, bloody hell, it's kicking off there a bit. And he come out and he was screaming all sorts of stuff at his mum.
Right.
You're this, you're that. And I was like gobsmacked. I couldn't believe what he was saying, right? And his dad come out and started laughing. And I was like, what?
What?
Are you actually allowing your son to talk to your wife, girlfriend, whatever she was?
Yeah.
And I was like, I just couldn't believe it. And he called her some nasty things as well. Not the things that you should not be calling your mother.
Wow, mate, that baffles me.
But what shocked me most was the dad was laughing with him.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it was laughing and go on, mate, off you go, and that sort of thing. It was just like, I don't know. That just
that sounds mad.
That was going to what you were saying about if you talk to your mum in a certain way,
That baffles me. I think, how could you ever let that happen, man? I just couldn't do it. I could not do it.
But I don't know. He must be so used to it, and now it just goes further and further, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff he called her, you couldn't get any worse. The stuff he was saying to her, no.
I beg to try and imagine what that was, man. Do you know what I mean? No. But that's it. Like, where does that line stop now? Because when you're going to get older, you're going to be more confident about saying these things, and
but
if you're getting away with it now.
Yeah. So if that's the way he's been treated and what he's doing is fine, what about your teachers? What about people above you in life and police officers? And do you respect any of these people? You can't even respect your own mother.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's.
I don't think I swore in front of my mum till I was 17, 18. And even then, it was like, stop swearing,
Yes, same. 100%.
My mum was beating me. Social services help.
All right, listen, mate. Let's. Oh, go on.
No. I was just gonna say I had more respect for my mother.
Yeah, cool. I think you should, man. I think that's what it is. And the kids that don't, I think, need a really good talking to. Do you know what I mean? 100%. All right, bro. I think an hour's worth of that conversation. Very good, man. I've learned some things, so I appreciate you for that, bro.
No worries.
But yeah, man. What we got next? What's in the old board?
So, last episode, I had a number of text messages saying how much they enjoyed the tier maker.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So we're gonna do a Harry Potter one. This week I will pick. You read them out.
I'll be giving you. This is based on Harry Potter characters, I believe, right?
Harry Potter characters. That's right. I'm not going to go into too much. I'm just going to list them and we'll quick fire it a bit. This week.
Okay.
Because we spent so long talking about the first subject, so we'll try and get through this one.
We've got the fake and true and fake news to do
And
anyway.
we
So
got
yeah,
true and false as well. Yeah. So
yeah.
there's 5 categories. It's going to be God, Legend, Good, Pants, and Death Eater.
Okay,
Death Eater is going to be the worst of the worst.
that's a Harry Potter reference. I know that one.
Absolutely.
I know that one. I do like the films. I've seen it all of them, but I will say now, disclaimer: if I get the characters' names wrong, just correct me.
No problem. No problem. I just want to point out that I am the Harry Potter fan here.
That's right. That's why I'm asking you. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
yeah.
asking. All right, then, mate. First off the bat, we've got Mad Eye Moody.
The Mad Eye Moody is going to go good.
Okay, I'll Google him later.
Good. I like him. I like him.
Okay, August Filch.
Who's the caretaker, by the way? Just to let you know.
Oh, okay.
Caretaker of the school.
I thought Hagrid was.
No, he's the keeper of keys. Come on,
That's
Mark,
why I'm asking you, mate. This is why I'm asking you.
We're gonna put Filch in Pants.
Oh, right. So he's not too much of
a.
a.
I'm not. He's not too bad, but he's not good either.
Okay. Bellatrix Lestrange.
Death Eater.
Oh.
And as a spoiler, I love the fact that Molly Weasley killed her.
Okay.
Spoiler alert in case you haven't seen it.
Cho Chang.
Yeah, Pants. She's sort of not really in it.
Yeah.
Pants. We'll go Pants.
This next one, I have an opinion on this one.
Go on.
But I'll say the name first.
Let's go.
Dobby.
Dobby is my all-time favorite character.
Yes.
Big up Dobby.
Big up Dobby, man.
Rest in peace, Dobby, man. I miss you, man.
Do you know you can go to his grave in Wales?
No way, can you?
There's on the beach that they filmed on, there is a gravestone. I'll have to get up and I'll send you it.
Yeah.
Where Dobby is laid to rest.
No way, I didn't know that.
I'll show you it.
I'm off to Wales this weekend.
Yeah. See you there, mate. But yeah, I'd say he's top tier for me. Professor Umbridge.
Yeah, Death Eater.
Yeah.
Yeah, torture Harry. Death Eater.
Okay. Yeah. Draco Malfoy.
See, Draco's a tough one. I know I said I was going to keep quick firing, but
no, carry on.
He's kind of like bad guy, sort of turned good almost. You know, sort of.
He has that change.
But as a character, this might be controversial. I'm going to put him in Legend because I think as a character, he's very good as a character.
I think
goes through a lot of changes.
Yeah, he's interesting to watch.
Yeah,
for sure. His journey's cool. I'll give you that. Okay, Dudley Dursley.
I can't put him in Death Eater because it's too far, but he's definitely going in Pants.
Okay.
The biggest, most spoiled brat you've ever seen.
Yeah. Dumbledore.
Dumbledore has to be good too.
100%.
I actually have Dumbledore's wand just above me on my shelf.
Oh, sick.
Big up Albus Dumbledore.
Big up. Big up. Fleur Delacour?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, I just go good.
Yeah, average. In the middle.
Yeah.
Professor Flitwick.
We're going Legend.
Yes.
I do like that. Professor Flitwick is funny.
Yeah, he is funny. I like it.
Played by what's the guy's name? Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that him? Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah,
I like him. A good actor as well.
Yeah, really good actor. Sorry, I've lost where I am now. Oh yeah, Cornelius Fudge.
Pants.
Okay.
He would. Oh my god! I've just come off the screen. Hold on. We're back. Yeah, Pants.
I'm googling all of these characters later on. Gilderoy Lockhart.
Again, Pants.
Okay.
No, it doesn't warrant being a Death Eater. But
yeah. Pants. Is this right? Ginny Weasley.
Ginny.
Sorry, my bad. Ginny.
We have to go. She's not got to Legend.
Okay. Up there.
Got good character in the second movie, and then sort of died out a little bit. Wasn't really in it as much.
Yeah.
Movies wise, anyway. Definitely in the books more than she was in the movie.
Yeah. All right, Hagrid.
God tier.
He's got to be.
I love Hagrid. I think.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's wicked.
I wish he could have used more magic as well.
Yeah, I
just think he would have done some random things. I think.
Yeah, he would have been. Yeah, that would be really cool to
Yeah.
see. To be fair, this absolute munter, right? Harry Potter. Oh god.
I see. Yeah, I mean, just I don't know. It's kind of,
Whoa! Hang on, wait,
you know, what?
wait, Daniel, you're a
He's
Harry
kind of.
Potter fan. It's
I'm a.
called Harry Potter, bro. What are you saying?
I'm gonna put him in good. And do you know why? I think the further it went on, the more arrogant he got.
Yeah, do you think so?
Yeah, it's like it's about me and
Oh,
blah
you
blah
might as well
blah.
call the bloody thing Draco Malfoy. Then.
Yeah.
What's going on? Draco Malfoy, the philosopher's
Yeah.
stone.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think he got a bit more arrogant as it went along, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Are
You
you
know?
are you more of a Ron fan? Oh, we'll get to Ron in a bit.
Yeah.
Hedwig.
Hedwig's good here, isn't
Oh,
she?
big up my 100%.
Oh, it's a shame.
100%. Oh no. Hermione
I don't want
Granger.
to give away too many spoilers in case these people haven't seen.
No, of course. Hermione Granger.
Uh, you have to go. I'm torn between God and Legend, just because she's so good at magic and everything. She's
I
always prepared for everything. And
I would say God tier, bro. I think she's just on top of it all.
I'm gonna let you sway me. I'm gonna go God because I think
I
I'm
see what you're
sort of in
saying, though.
between.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Professor Slughorn.
Professor Slughorn will go good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. Not really much to say
James
on.
Potter.
So he's not really, don't really see him as much, but
No,
he's a bit of a bully as well, actually. Bullied Snape a bit. So,
that's it. Yeah,
I'm going to go Pants.
yeah.
I'm going to go Pants.
I think I agree with you that one.
He's a bully.
Yeah. Creature.
Preacher, I'm going to go. He was very loyal to his master, but Pants.
Okay. What about Lily Potter?
I'll go good.
Yeah, I would.
Better than her husband.
Yeah, I would have said good. Lucius Malfoy. Is it Lucius?
Yeah, Lucius. He's definitely a Death Eater.
Yeah.
And he was actually a Death Eater.
Yeah, there you go. Makes
He was
sense.
just pure evil.
Luna Lovegood.
See, everyone loves Luna Lovegood. I'm not sure. I'm just
Not a fan.
bit of a sort of dopey girl. Is all.
Yeah.
I don't really understand the fascination.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go good.
Just bang average. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Professor McGonagall?
God tier.
Yeah.
God tier. Especially in the 7th movie when she calls on the not Charles, the statues.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's sick, isn't
that. She gets God just for that.
Yeah, it's a good moment. What about, this is an interesting one, Moaning Myrtle?
Ooh, yeah, Moaning Myrtle would be good. I'd go with good. I think she's a good character, to be honest.
Yeah, I think as a character, I would probably go the one above good. What's that?
Legend. You would have gone Legend.
Just because I found that part so interesting. It was like it broke me away from a little bit of the world,
And I'm sure you know how young that character looked.
She's old.
The person was like 35.
Yeah, she was. She
looked really young.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Just tiny, wasn't she? Yeah. So you're going good with that one, then?
Good. Yeah.
Okay. Neville Longbottom.
I'm gonna go Legend.
Yeah, he got better, I thought.
I think. Yeah, Legend. I don't think he's quite good enough to be good. I go Legend.
Now, this one, I'm sure I remember someone called this, but Tonks.
Nymphadora Tonks. I was going to put Nymphadora, but I was like, that could be mad to try and read that
that's
for someone who hasn't seen it. Yeah, didn't see enough of her, especially in the movies. I'm basing this off of movies, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah, didn't really see much. It was so good. It's close to Pants because she wasn't really in it.
She wasn't really there. Okay. Ollivander.
Again, good. Saw him a little bit, but had a great scene when Harry first got his wand. So have to give him good for that.
Yeah. Percy Weasley.
Percy Weasley is going to go Pants.
Oh yeah.
Again, wasn't really in the movies. He was in the books a lot more. Wasn't really in the movies. I'd have to go Pants.
Peter Pettigrew.
We'll go Death Eater as well.
Pants, yeah, Papa.
He was actually Ron Weasley's rat.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. That's a whole different story we could go down.
Yeah. Oh, mate, we'll have to do a separate podcast on that.
Yeah.
Professor Quirrell.
Death Eater.
Yeah. Remus Lupin.
Again, so I think he married Tonks and they had a kid and then he was killed. Spoiler. He did teach Harry to do the Patronus charm. We're going to go legend just because he taught Harry. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, okay. What about Ron Weasley?
God.
God tier. Yeah, I like Ron.
I love Ron Weasley.
Yeah, he was. In some films, I think he his character anyway overshone Harry. I think
he was quite funny. Ron Weasley was quite funny. It's very okay. Rupert Grint, if you want to be technical, he was quite funny. He played it well, I think.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, Seamus Finnegan.
Seamus Finnegan.
Seamus, sorry, man.
Irish.
Sorry, I apologize. Oh,
don't ever disrespect my Seamus. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
sort of average again.
Sirius Black.
Again, right? This is controversial because people love Sirius Black. I'm gonna put him as good.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just I was not a big fan of him.
Yeah.
People love him. People go mental for him, but
it just wasn't. Yeah.
Good.
What about Severus Snape?
Snape has to go in God tier.
I was going to say, do you know what? His story, I love.
I love it that he just stayed quiet for years and years.
Oh, man. And the fact that you just work out that he was doing it all for good anyway.
And he had to kill Dumbledore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's mental.
For
him to be able to accept that he had to kill Dumbledore and then had to die to save everything. It is nuts. Because a lot of people would go, F that, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, allow it. Just go down with the ship.
The fact that he done it was amazing. So he has to be good.
100%. Professor Trelawney?
Trelawney, yeah. Yeah, good.
Yeah. Victor Crumb?
Pants, to be honest.
Yeah.
Pants.
And last but not least, the almighty Lord Voldemort, the man that shall not be named.
So Voldemort should be a Death Eater, really.
If we're being like technical.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put him as God tier because as a character, he's a brilliant character. The ultimate sort of.
I have to agree. Yeah, I have to agree.
So he has to go in God tier for me.
Yeah.
Has to.
Yeah. There we go. That's the list, mate.
That is the final list.
I mean, bro, I can't lie. I am absolutely bamboozled at Harry Potter that you have said he is good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just think he got a bit arrogant, man. I don't know.
So would you
say?
I
think he got to the point where it's like, it's all about me sort of thing, you know?
Yeah.
That's the way I looked at it.
Yeah. So you would say it kind of dropped throughout the...
Yeah, for me, it did, yeah.
Yeah, fair. Right, then, mate. Well, good tier list there, mate.
There we go. Second tier list done.
Well, listen.
If anyone has any ideas of a tier list as well, by the way.
Oh, mate, yeah. Send it through.
Send them across and we
send it through. 100%. Okay, last but not least.
Let's do
Headlines, true or false. I feel like we need a theme tune for this bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Headlines. Da, 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 or whatever, you know.
Well, I'm definitely clipping that, and that will now be the theme tune. We are going to switch things up as we've discussed. We're going to change the logo and we're going to make things a bit more colourful. And so I think we're going to change our starting song and we can add a song for this section. No problem. Yeah,
we're gonna do a bit of a redesign, aren't we? But
a bit of a refresh. I think we're a bit darker than a minute, and we're actually a lot more friendly than the logo suggests.
Well, I don't like you some days, but we'll go for it.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Right, okay, then, mate. Here we are. True or false? These are headlines based on parenting, which has been the subject of today's podcast. And I'm just going to dive straight into it. We have last week I got 5 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm not beating it.
But you may.
I think I made it far too easy for you. I'm just saying on last week. I think that was too easy.
Okay. Well,
I think I'd,
you're just saying.
I'm downgrading you to a 4. That's all I'm saying. It might put you got 4 out of 5.
The excuses are coming out now. It's been a week.
When I get 1 out of 6.
Yeah, I've got 6. How many do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 today. Here we go. First one. Headline. Is your baby racist?
I'd go with that's probably true nowadays. Unfortunately.
True.
Yeah.
That is a headline. What?
Again, I go back to everybody is offended.
Yeah. There must be some subtext to that, but either way. So that's the first one. 1 out of 1. Second one. Arrested. Sold daughter for Beyonce tickets.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because there's just complete lunatics out there, man.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, it just has to be,
When I read that, bro, I could not believe it. What is that?
Nuts. That is nuts.
You have lost your mind. Okay, right. Parents shoot real life family film on TikTok with twins and wins Short Film Festival Award.
God, that could, that could so easily be true. You shoot it on TikTok and make it short though. Do you know what? I'm gonna go true because it's totally believable. I can see it happening.
Yeah, TikTok is mad, bro.
This is when you say it's false because
it's definitely false, mate.
You've got that cheeky grin on your face.
It's definitely false, mate.
Oh, do you know what though? I can 100% believe that happening.
Yeah, it's something that's not too far off, bro.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that now. But no one won any award, and I don't know what twins I'm on about. So,
listen, that was a good one. I like that. That was a good one. Very good.
Got you there. So there's 2 out of 3. You can still pull this back to us a 5 out of 6, and then we'd be level. But here we go. First day back at school creates pandemonium in the grounds car park.
In the grounds car park? I'm presuming that means playground.
I presume, yeah.
Grounds car park. Yeah, why not? I don't see what's not to believe about it.
Yeah. It's false,
isn't it? You know when you laugh, I know that is false. When you get that cheeky grin on your face, I know that I'm wrong.
I was like, I've got it.
Because again, like you know what people are like, love taking pictures of their kids' first day of school, like all the excitement.
Yeah.
You got me, whatever.
I'll try and do things that could happen, you know.
I didn't like this game anyway.
Yeah. Okay, ready? 2 more. Mum of 3 in a mouldy council flat is so stressed her hair falls out.
See, these are so tough because they're just like, they could all just be 100% true, or they could be 100% false. Hence the name of the game. I'm just mouldy. Yeah, true. False, isn't it?
It's true. It's true. So that is 4 out of 5. You got 1 more, bro.
No, 3 out of 5.
I was 3 out of 5. I'm just rubbing it in now. Sorry, man.
Yeah, cheers. You just make me recount. Yeah, cheers.
You can't win.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah. Last one. Asda sells out of Fortnite pencil cases almost as quick as toilet roll did back in 2020. Oh, he's thinking. Because
what I'm thinking is It was the start of the pandemic, and people went mental. The toilet roll just
Mad.
went so quick.
Do you want me to read it out one more time?
I'm just trying to work out whether people went that mental over pencil case. And the other point is, they could have sold 10 pencil cases, but that's the only stock they had, and they sold it in 5 minutes.
Good point. Good point.
I'm gonna say false.
Well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, I just think
That was
with the toilet roll, it was a bit like no, that went
that way.
ballistic. Like you couldn't get
Mental.
toilet roll anywhere. It was like,
Yeah, it was
I don't know
like
what
gold dust.
for some reason people thought that because they might get COVID, they were gonna like poo themselves to death or something. But
Mate,
they
I have
needed
no idea what they were doing.
endless amounts of toilet roll, which
Yeah,
makes no sense.
The world was ending. There we go, mate. So 4 out of 6.
I'll take that because every single one of them could have been 100% true.
The
TikTok one, maybe I should have thought more about the winning an award somewhere. But again, as you said, how far actually off are we of that happening?
I wouldn't be
Probably
surprised
not
if
that
a
far.
TikTok video had already been done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, there you go, mate. We need to. Do you know what? I think we need to do like a special, me and you, where we sit down and do our forfeits.
Yeah, because we still haven't done them.
We haven't done them just yet, so we have to do them at some point. But we'll rack them up. We know what we're doing. So, guys, don't worry. They're coming. They're coming.
We are going to do it.
And I will let you know what this forfeit is as and when.
Okay.
And we shall announce it on the next video.
Maybe we'll have to turn them into Instagram posts. There we go.
Yeah, okay, like stories or.
So we're gonna do an Instagram post of all the forfeits that we're gonna have to do. Not that we know what they are yet, but there we go.
Yeah. Okay, that's what they are. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea.
Good.
Cool. Well, there we are, mate. Episode 8, I believe.
Another episode down.
Done.
2 more to go. So just a heads up to everyone, we will be doing 10 episodes to a season. We have 2 left, and we do have something special coming for episode 10.
Yeah, we do.
Make sure to check that one out.
100%. 100%. So thank you guys so much for listening in and watching our our podcast in this episode. If you do want to get involved with the conversation, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you for the next episode, Dan. Yeah,
we shall. Mark, it's been a pleasure, mate.
As always, my friend.
You take care.
Take care.
Peace.